everyone, my name is Andrew. I love Star Trek, and today we're going to be talking about the first episode of Strange New Worlds. Well, everyone, it's here. We have been waiting for this moment for years for some good actual Star Trek to be hitting television. Now, I have to be honest, I do like Disco, I do like Lower Decks, Picard has its moments, but Strange New Worlds is definitely the show to be watching. While every series lately has had its moments, none have really felt right. And today, with Strange New Worlds, very first episode, it felt right. Today actually felt like Star Trek. We had a great return to the tenets of the original series, where there was a lot of social commentary using science fiction as a medium to relay that commentary. And today's episode, the premiere of Strange New Worlds, definitely dealt with a lot of what America has been facing the last few years as different, whether you call it factions or political parties or ideal mindsets, rising up to counter one another, culminating in different riots and everything else. We see a culture that is going through that, and we see Pike bring a fresh optimism to the whole situation, which is really challenging for Pike, because as he goes into the episode, he comes in feeling the weight from seeing his own future, knowing that 10 years from where he is right now, Pike is going to suffer a horrendous accident. He is going to lose his life as he knows it, essentially be confined to a wheelchair for the rest of his life. And that memory is haunting him, and he can't talk about it. He doesn't want to talk about it. He's so conflicted with what do I do with knowing the future that it's hard for him to pick up and move on. And amazingly, and I have to say, the one character going into this show that I was very uneasy about is La'an, our new security chief, and her connections to Khan. She provides the catalyst for Pike. Pike, the entire episode, he doesn't want to talk about what he's gone through. He can't talk about whether he can or doesn't want to. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to tell everyone I've seen the future, because it brings up his whole past. I mean, how can you talk about something so deeply personal when you actually are tied to something so classified that you can't share? And that duality, that struggle, is very prevalent in Chris as he goes through the most of the episode. And it's La'an's later revelation to him, not believing you're going to die is what will actually get you killed. Pike, the entire episode, knows I'm going to die. There's a point at life where I'm going to die, and I don't know what I want to do with that. But that just clicks for him. Not only does it click for him personally, it helps him to understand what he can do with this culture that he inadvertently influenced. Discovery definitely plays a strong connection to Strange New Worlds, with Discovery leaping towards the future, and the catalyst for that being seen by cultures, light years away within those boundaries, and seeing that and reverse engineering it, turning it into a weapon, not really knowing what they're doing. It's just a stick to beat the other guy with. And Pike throws it all out the window, not because he doesn't care about what happens to him, but because you see within him that moral compass, that moral center, always wanting to do the right thing. And I think, he's listening to the spirit of General Order 1, which is later renamed the Prime Directive in the episode. He's listening to the spirit of the Prime Directive and not the letter of the law, as one would speak. And it's really amazing to see Pike make that transition, because when he makes that transition for this culture, he's making the transition also for himself. He's accepting not just his future, but he's reaccepting who he is, who he was. As Spock puts it in their little intimate moment in Pike's cabin, channel that fear, channel that future, channel that knowledge into being the captain, into being this leader that is supposed to guide the crew of the Enterprise as they go throughout their mission. I thought the episode was well written. There's definitely some typical gimmicks in there. I mean, I don't think Dr. McCoy was ever as fast as Nurse Chapel is portrayed to be in this show. But of course, when you only have 50 some minutes on television, you got to condense the story and present the best versions of it as time goes on and build that anticipation and build that, oh no, something's gone wrong. We received a great episode of Star Trek today, which is something I haven't really been able to say in a few years. I mean, we've had great episodes of Picard, we've had great episodes of Discovery, we've had great episodes of Progeny, we've had great episodes of Lower Decks, and each one of those has been great in their own right. And while they're great within their own sub-series, they haven't been absolutely awesome in the universe as a whole. And today, May 5th, 2022, I'm happy to say that Star Trek is back. One of the things that really did it for me was even before the episode started, and we actually have a Star Trek universe title card. And I think that's pretty cool. That first name drop of Lieutenant Kirk, that was, oh, great. They're going to bring James T into this. We know Paul Wesley's coming next year, which I am looking forward to that. It felt like a smoke and mirrors kind of a thing. And then it was actually Sam. It was Sam Kirk. But it's going to be interesting to see what they do with this character. It'll be interesting to see what we do about that. Ethan Peck as Spock. I have to say his date, or I guess the proposal with T'Pring, the dialogue delivery felt very Gilmore Girls-esque to me. There was so much rapid fire, and it's interesting not because there was so much speed and everything to it, but you can see how the Vulcans operate on a different mindset, on a different playing field. They're able to verbally spar back and forth, without adding that emotion in. You can hear little tones of emotion in the voice and little offenses and whatnot. It's really fun to see those little nuances. Okay, yes, the Vulcans aren't cold androids. There is meaning, there is connection, there are personal goals. They are individuals with drives, with goals under all of that. But I think overall there's a lot of good connections. I think it's with Pike's duality, with his own beliefs, his struggle therein, seeing this planet, this culture deal with the society at a flashpoint, much like our cultures are now. We have the Ukraine-Russia thing going on, society at a flashpoint. We have a lot of unrest in America, a lot of unrest in the world, different cultures, different mindsets coming against one another. And really, it's not about the bigger stick. It's about finding those ways to process emotion and to talk and converse with one another. But that's probably another episode down the line. We'll see what Strange New Worlds does. It's going to be fun to see Strange New Worlds, new life, new civilization every week. And I am definitely looking forward to next week's episode. I hope you are too. If I were to give this episode a rating, I definitely give it a 4.8 out of 5. And I hope that we are seeing the beginning of a brand new era of Star Trek. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I have more reviews and more mashups and other videos coming your way in the next few weeks. So thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your time, and live long and prosper.